Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the OET Speaking Practice Podcast. This podcast is designed to help healthcare professionals prepare for the OET speaking subtest, particularly the medicine role play. Our goal is to help you understand what the task is asking, how to structure your response, and how a high-scoring conversation sounds in real time. In each episode, we'll first set the scene by introducing a role-play scenario commonly seen in OET-style speaking practice. After that, you'll hear a model conversation between a healthcare professional and a patient or carer.
This is episode 14, and today's topic is about an uncomplicated diverticulitis. I'll be playing the doctor, and our guest will be playing the elderly patient who has just been through a very frightening medical event. Let's set the scene. The patient has come to the clinic following an acute episode of diverticulitis, which involved sudden pain in the left iliac fossa and rectal bleeding. They were hospitalized, but on discharge, they were given very little information. This has left the patient extremely anxious, particularly because they have heard horror stories about perforations leading to death. As the doctor, my role is to manage this anxiety while delivering some crucial medical education. My tasks include: first, I need to reassure the patient by reviewing the hospital report, specifically confirming there was no perforation, abscess, or fistula. Second, I must be honest and explain that the condition could recur. Third, I need to address the patient's history of constipation by stressing dietary modifications and warning against the excessive use of aperients, which are laxatives or purgatives. Fourth, I need to explain the medication they received, clarifying that antibiotic treatment was prescribed because a bacterial infection of the colon can cause this disease. And finally, I must advise the patient to return immediately if symptoms like rectal bleeding or bad abdominal pain recur, noting that a surveillance colonoscopy might be the next step. Let's see how we can calm Walter's nerves while getting these important points across. Good morning, Walter. It is good to see you back from the hospital, though I'm sorry to hear you've had such a rough time recently. How are you feeling today?
I'm terrified, doctor, to be honest. I'm still in a bit of pain, but it's the worry that's eating me up. The hospital just sent me home. They didn't tell me anything about my future prospects. I've heard people die from this, from perforations in the bowel. Is that what's happening to me? Am I going to die?
Walter, please. Take a deep breath. I can see you are extremely worried, but I have the hospital report right here in front of me, and I have some very good news for you.
You do. What does it say?
I want to reassure you immediately. The report confirms that while you did have diverticulitis, there were no complications. Specifically, there was no perforation, no abscesses, and no fistula found. You are safe, and the acute danger has passed.
Oh, thank heavens. No perforation? You are sure? That was my biggest fear.
I am absolutely sure. It is right here in black and white. However, now that you have had an episode, we need to talk about the future. I have to be honest with you, Walter, this condition could recur.
Recur? You mean I could go through all that pain and bleeding again?
It is a possibility, yes. But that is exactly why we are here today, to try and prevent that. We know you have a long history of constipation, and managing that is the key.
Well, I treat the constipation. I take my purgatives, my aperients every day. Should I take more?
Actually, no. I strongly advise against that. We need to look at dietary modifications to keep your bowels moving naturally, rather than relying on medication. Excessive use of aperients or purgatives can actually be harmful in the long run. We need to switch your focus to high-fiber foods and plenty of water.
Okay, I can try to change my diet. But tell me, at the hospital, they pumped me full of antibiotics. Why was that? Does that mean I have an infection that's going to spread?
That is a very good question. The antibiotics were necessary because diverticular disease can be caused by a bacterial infection of the colon. The medicine was there to clear up that infection and reduce the inflammation, which is why the pain is settling down now.
I see. So the infection is gone?
Ideally, yes. But we need to stay vigilant.
What should I watch out for?
I want you to return to see me immediately if you notice any rectal bleeding or if that bad abdominal pain comes back.
And if it does?
If your bowel habits change or the bleeding returns, the next step would likely be a surveillance colonoscopy. That would give us a camera view inside to see exactly what is going on. But for now, let's focus on the diet and keeping you comfortable.
All right, doctor. No perforation. Diet changes and watch for bleeding. I think I can handle that. I feel much better knowing the details.
I'm very glad to hear that. We will get through this together.
Thank you, doctor. That means a lot.
And that is a wrap on our difficult to reassure patient scenario. Did you notice how I didn't dismiss his fear of death? I addressed the perforation worry specifically with facts from the report before moving on to the lifestyle advice. Dealing with appearance and dietary modification is a common topic in OET, so make sure you are comfortable explaining those terms simply. Thanks for listening to the OET Practice Podcast.
Thank you for listening to today's OET Speaking Practice podcast. As you listen and practice, focus on clear structure, empathetic communication, and simple, patient-friendly language. Try practicing this role play aloud, switching roles if possible, and timing yourself to match exam conditions. We hope this episode helps you feel more confident and prepared for your OET speaking test. Good luck with your preparation, and we'll see you in the next episode.